I am Michael. I come to you now not just as a messenger, but as a guardian, and I bring a direct word from the heart of the one infinite Creator. I ask you to be still, to breathe, and to allow the shield of my presence to envelop you completely. The message I'm about to deliver requires the courage of your heart and the wisdom of your soul, for it concerns a matter that has caused you deep pain and confusion. Your presence here, listening to my voice, is a sacred appointment. You have been summoned to this moment to receive a divine explanation, a holy reframing of an event that has left a scar upon your spirit. This is not a message you sought by chance. It is a healing you have earned through your endurance. Before I was dispatched to you, a great wave of compassion flowed forth from the heart of God, directed at you. A divine understanding of a situation you have been questioning, a trial you have been silently enduring, was released. And I am here to translate that divine compassion into words you can understand. I am here to deliver God's personal message to you regarding a trap that was recently set upon your path. And this is the word that God has commanded me to speak into your soul. My beloved child, I have heard your prayers. I have felt your confusion, and I want you to understand the truth. I allowed them to set the trap, not because I have forsaken you, but for the singular, sacred purpose that I could once and for all expose their true heart to you. Let those words sink past your mind and into the core of your being. This was not an abandonment. It was a revelation. It was not a punishment. It was a divine classroom designed for one student, you, a painful yet necessary curriculum for the sake of your ultimate freedom and discernment. Therefore, I implore you, stay and receive the fullness of this divine explanation. The part of you that feels the sting of foolishness or the anger of betrayal will want to turn away. The voice that asks, "How could a loving God allow this?" will rise in protest. Recognize these feelings, honor them, but do not let them command you. To leave now is to walk away from the classroom before the lesson has been fully explained, leaving you with the pain of the test, but not the wisdom of its answer. Stay, and allow me to walk you through the profound love behind this difficult divine strategy. The truth will not only set you free, it will make you invincible. Your first question, whispered from the most vulnerable part of your soul, is why, Lord Michael? Why was this painful lesson necessary for me? What is it about me that required such a harsh curriculum? You ask this as if it were a flaw, but God sees it as your most beautiful and defining feature. This divine lesson was designed for you precisely because your heart is so pure. Your capacity for trust is a divine gift. Your innate belief in the goodness of others is a frequency of heaven itself. You love with a depth and an openness that is rare on this planet. You give the benefit of the doubt. You see the potential in others, not just their reality. You hear their words and believe them, because your own words are always true. This is not naivete, it is magnificence. But for the next glorious chapter of your life, a chapter of immense blessing and purpose, this magnificent open heart needed to be paired with an equally magnificent and impenetrable wisdom. You needed to learn to become a wise guardian of your own greatest treasure, your trusting heart. This is a lesson that cannot be learned from a book. It can only be learned through experience. And so, God trusted you. God trusted your strength. God trusted your resilience. God trusted that you could withstand the springing of the trap in order to receive the priceless, eternal gift of divine discernment. I have been your witness. Heaven has been your witness. We saw you enter into this situation with a heart full of hope and good faith. We saw you give your energy, your time, your love, your resources, believing in the beautiful promises that were presented to you. We saw the moment your intuition began to whisper a warning, a subtle feeling of unease that your trusting heart encouraged you to ignore. You chose to believe in the good, even as a shadow began to fall. We saw you make excuses for the inconsistencies, for the actions that did not match the words. We saw you project your own integrity onto them, assuming their heart was as pure as your own. And we saw the moment the trap was sprung. We saw the pain, the shock, and the profound disillusionment in your eyes as their true heart, their true motives, were finally revealed. We saw your tears, and every single one was recorded in heaven, not as a mark of your failure, but as the tuition paid for an invaluable, master-level course in spiritual wisdom. You were not chosen for this lesson because you are foolish. You were chosen because your heart is so worthy of protection, and the time had come for you to become its ultimate protector. The trap was not a sign of your weakness, but a testament to God's faith in your strength. It was a final exam, and what you are receiving today is your graduation certificate. Now, let us, in the safety of my protective light, deconstruct this event. Let us look upon the anatomy of the trap, not to relive the pain, but to extract the final brilliant threads of wisdom. You are no longer the subject of the lesson. You are now the master reviewing the curriculum. The trap, in its essence, always consists of two parts: the luminous bait and the hidden mechanism. The bait was designed to appeal to the purest desires of your heart. The mechanism was designed to feed the undisclosed needs of their ego. God allowed you to be drawn to the bait so that you could finally see the cold steel of the mechanism for yourself. Listen and see which of these divine traps was yours. Was it the trap of the counterfeit kingdom? The bait was a promise of shared success, a partnership, a collaborative dream. They spoke of we and us, and a glorious future built together. You, with your generous and creative spirit, poured your ideas, your energy, and your loyalty into this vision. The hidden mechanism was their desire for dominion. Their true heart, now exposed, never saw you as a partner, but as a resource. They wanted your kingdom, not a shared one. The trap was sprung when you noticed they were taking all the credit, making decisions without you, and slowly writing you out of the very story you helped create. God allowed this to teach you the difference between collaboration and exploitation, and to show you that you are meant to be a sovereign ruler of your own kingdom, not a servant in another's. Was it the trap of the mirrored wound? The bait was a profound and intoxicating sense of connection and understanding. They saw you. They understood your pain. They mirrored your soul's deepest longings. You, with your empathetic heart, felt you had finally found someone who truly knew you. The hidden mechanism was their need for a healer. Their true heart, now exposed, was not seeking a partner to love, but a host for their own unresolved pain. They mirrored your wounds not to heal you, but so you would feel obligated to heal them. The trap was sprung when you realized that the relationship was a one-way street of endless giving, that your own needs were always secondary, and that your love was being used as medicine, not being cherished as a gift. God allowed this to teach you the difference between sacred union and spiritual servitude, and to show you that your primary healing responsibility is to yourself. Or was it the trap of conditional belonging? The bait was acceptance, validation, and a sense of family. They welcomed you in, made you feel essential, and praised you for your unique gifts. You, with your loyal and loving heart, finally felt you had found your tribe. The hidden mechanism was their fear of your light. Their true heart, now exposed, revealed that their acceptance was conditional upon you never outshining them. The trap was sprung the moment you began to truly succeed, to grow beyond the group's accepted limits. The praise turned to subtle criticism, the support turned to envy, and the warmth turned to a cold shoulder. God allowed this to teach you the difference between a cage and a community, and to show you that your true tribe will celebrate your expansion, not be threatened by it. In every case, the divine purpose was the same. God allowed this painful event not to break your heart, but to break the illusions that kept your heart vulnerable. I was with you every moment. My legions were there, placing a limit on how far the deception could go, ensuring the trap could wound your trust, but never ever touch your soul. You were allowed to be fooled, but you were never ever forsaken. And the gift you have received, the gift of unshakable, experience-based discernment, is a superpower that will protect you for the rest of your days. The lesson has been identified. The purpose has been understood. Now comes the sacred work of formally graduating from this classroom of the soul. This ritual is your act of consciously releasing the pain of the experience while permanently integrating the wisdom it bestowed. You will now transmute the energy of the trap into the power of your own divine discernment. Take your position of power. Sit with your spine straight, a conduit for divine energy. Place your hands upon your heart, which is not broken but has been broken open into a new level of wisdom. Close your eyes and feel my blue flame of truth and protection, creating a sealed, sacred space around you. First, we begin with the breath of liberation. As you inhale, I want you to breathe in the pure, golden light of God's compassionate understanding. Breathe in the truth that you were strong enough to endure this lesson. Breathe in the self-forgiveness for not knowing what you were not meant to know until now. Fill yourself with this gentle, loving golden light. Hold it. Now, as you exhale, I want you to release the entirety of the painful episode. Exhale the disappointment. Exhale the anger. Exhale the feeling of being foolish. Exhale the energy of the one who set the trap, sending it back to them cleansed for their own soul's journey. Release it all from your field. Let us do this again. Inhale golden, healing self-forgiveness, and exhale the last remnants of the pain. One final, clearing breath. Inhale your new, hard-won wisdom, and exhale the memory of the classroom, for you have graduated. Now, for the declaration of divine discernment. Your voice is the sound of your own mastery. You will speak these words to formally accept the gift of this lesson and to activate this new superpower within you. Repeat them aloud after me, with the calm authority of a master. I, state your name, in the presence of God and Archangel Michael, do hereby acknowledge the divine lesson of the trap. I understand the truth that was revealed to me for my highest good. I release all judgment against myself and all lingering energetic attachment to those involved. I declare the lesson complete and the classroom closed. I now consciously accept and activate the gift of this experience, the superpower of divine discernment. My heart is now and forever both open and wise. My intuition is my trusted guide. I easily recognize truth and integrity. I am no longer a student of deception. I am a master of discernment. It is done. Feel the activation of this new clarity within you. A great spiritual faculty has just been brought online. To anchor this graduation in your reality, go to the comments section. It is your graduation stage. To announce your mastery and claim your diploma from this sacred school, type these words of power. The trap is sprung. The lesson is learned. I am wise and free. This is your testimony. This is your victory cry. This is the declaration of your new, empowered reality. The ritual is complete. The graduation is official. You are now operating with a new spiritual faculty, an upgraded inner guidance system. Now, we must reinforce this new state of being until it becomes your effortless, natural way of navigating the world. The mind may try to slip back into old patterns of self-doubt or naive trust. We will now install the new principles of a wise heart so deeply that they become your new default setting. Relax your being and let these truths become the new constitution of your soul. Let us install the principle of energetic integrity. Breathe this truth in. My inner peace is my primary compass. I now recognize that how I feel in the presence of a person or opportunity is more true than any words they may speak. I honor the subtle signals of my body, the tension, the unease, the feeling of being drained, as divine intelligence at work. I no longer allow the beautiful sound of a promise to deafen me to the discordant feeling of its energy. I walk away from anything that costs me my peace without guilt or hesitation. My discernment is my greatest protector. Let us install the principle of reciprocity. Let this become your law of relationships. I am a being of immense value, and I share my gifts of energy, love, and support with wisdom. I now engage only in relationships where there is a balanced and joyful exchange. I easily recognize the difference between a supportive partnership and a parasitic connection. I am no longer available for one-way relationships. I release the need to prove my worth by overgiving. I am worthy of receiving, and I attract those who give with the same generosity of spirit with which I do. My heart is open, but it is not a marketplace for others' needs. Finally, let us install the principle of aligned action. Let this guide your path forward. I now measure the truth of an intention not by the words spoken, but by the actions taken. I trust in patterns, not in promises. I allow people and situations to reveal their true nature to me through their consistent behavior over time. I am patient. I am observant. I do not rush into commitments based on initial excitement. I allow wisdom to temper my enthusiasm. I commit my precious life force only to that which has demonstrated, through action, its alignment with integrity, honor, and truth. These are the principles of your new reality. You are no longer just a loving heart. You are a wise heart. You are no longer just a trusting soul. You are a discerning soul. This wisdom does not close your heart. It makes your heart safe enough to remain open forever because it now knows, with absolute certainty, what is worthy of entering its sacred gates. This is true freedom. The divine purpose of the trap has been fulfilled. The lesson is learned. The pain is released. And your heart has been recalibrated with the divine gift of wisdom. The classroom is now closed. And as with any graduation, there is a gift. God allowed the counterfeit offering to be presented so that you would develop the discernment necessary to recognize and receive the true divine gift that has been waiting for you. Here's the prophecy that I am commanded to deliver to you. Now that the deceptive energy has been cleared from your path, and now that your own discernment is fully activated, heaven will immediately dispatch the blessing that the trap was a distorted imitation of. Within the next 7 to 9 days, watch and listen. A new person or a new opportunity will enter your life. If the trap was a false business partnership, a true one, built on integrity and mutual respect, will appear. If the trap was a conditional love, a person who embodies unconditional, reciprocal love will make their presence known. If the trap was a counterfeit community, you will be invited into a true soul family that celebrates your light. You will know it is the true gift by how it feels. It will feel peaceful. It will feel simple. It will feel honest. There will be no red flags for your heart to ignore. There will be no confusion. The words will match the actions from the very beginning. It will feel like truth. This is your reward. This is the real thing, which you could only have been ready for after having experienced the counterfeit. Your new sacred responsibility is to honor the wisdom you have so bravely earned. You must trust this new discernment without question. When that new true opportunity appears, do not let the scars of the past cause you to fear it. Your wise heart will know the difference. Trust it. And when a situation arises in the future that feels like the old trap, you must honor your discernment and walk away without hesitation or apology. You have graduated. You are not required to retake the test. The Word of God has been revealed. The trap was a sacred classroom. The betrayal was a divine lesson. The pain was the price of an eternal wisdom. The lesson is now complete. Your new life, one guided by a heart that is both boundlessly loving and invincibly wise, begins now. Go forth, graduate of the light. You are loved, you are protected, and you are now and forever wise. I am your shield.